Hello, dear listeners, and a very, very good evening to everyone tuning in. This is Akashvani Kohima, FM Trogoban at 103 MHz, bringing you another edition of In Perfect Harmony, your live interactive program. And with me in the studio today is someone who needs absolutely no introduction at all. But for the handful of people out there who might not be aware, we have the man himself, Mr. Moko Koza, a trailblazing rapper and a songwriter from Kohima, Nagaland, known for blending multilingual lyrics and folk fusion into contemporary hip-hop. Inspired by icons like Eminem and Kendrick Lamar, he debuted in 2015 with Keen On and gained widespread acclaim with his 2022 album Naga Manu. A voice for his community, Moko uses music to highlight social issues and cultural identity. He has performed at major events like the Hornbill Festival and Northeast Music Festival, and also won Best Hip Hop Rap at the 2023 Radio City Freedom Awards, cementing his place as a rising force in Indian hip hop. Welcome to the studio, Moko.
Thank you for having me.
Right. Well, I've given a brief intro, but I'm sure that people would love to hear you introduce yourself in your own unique way. So please talk to the people.
Well, first off, hello everyone, all the listeners. I'm Moko Koza I'm from the Chagisang tribe, and then I'm a rapper, musician, songwriter, and apart when I'm not singing, when I'm not doing music, I love cooking.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that is the perfect way to start our conversation. We have so much to unpack here, so let's get right to it and let's dive into our conversation. Can you start by telling us a little bit about your background and how music became a part of your life?
So I grew up from a very normal family also, and then while growing up, music was all around everywhere and in my family too. And then my dad would listen to all these old music, and then I got introduced to music through punk music.
Right.
Yeah, punk music. Blink 182, Good Charlotte,
right.
Green Day, Simple Plan, and also Avril. Yeah, and then there was a transition period where hip hop was also very popular, not only in the Western region but all over India also.
Right.
And then Eminem in particular his music was everywhere. Every bus driver that time, I heard one of the bus driver playing Mockingbird.
Right.
Back then. So it was around 2003 or 4. I was a young kid, and then just drawn to everything that is around me. And then with Eminem's music, and then VH1 was also very popular back then, MTV music, and so his music video was everywhere. So this is how I basically fell in love with hip hop. And then 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, they were all there. And then I think this is how I fell in love with the music, the culture, and then incorporated into my own style.
Right. So basically what you're trying to say is that thug life chose you and not the other way around, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned punk rock as well.
Yes.
And hip hop.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that you are aware, because you grew up in Kohima, there was a rivalry between punk rock and hip hop back in the day, early
back in
2000s,
the
right?
Skinny jeans and baggy jeans.
Exactly. So which side were you on? If you loved genres, which side were you on?
By that time I was into hip hop music,
Right,
so
right.
I thought hip hop was more street.
Right. All right. I think it was sort of diving into the pop punk culture.
Yeah.
So I think hip hop was more street. I think I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So judging by what you have said, I think you were into lots of music, every genre of music, but your bread and butter, that is hip hop. The foundation is hip hop. And you have also mentioned some of your biggest influences like Eminem and Kendrick Lamar. But besides those two, do you have any other musical influence or someone who have sort of shaped your style, your music style?
I was also a big fan of Fort Minor, the group from Mike Shinoda. Their first album, Fort Minor's The Rising Tide. It also, I think, played a huge role in in my life also.
I see.
How I found my style of rapping also. And then Lil Wayne and 50 Cent, apart from Eminem and all.
Right.
Those were two big rappers that I grew up listening to also, and then learned a lot from their stories also through the music and all.
Right. So I think you have great taste in music. That is what I got off asking you that question. And adding to that, I think you have done a ton of interviews by now, but I just want to ask you this question again. Who are your top 5 artists from Nagaland?
Top 5 artists, I would say, just in random order, like Polar Lights is one of my favorite, and then Imliakam,
Right.
the Electric Cool Kid, Abdon is there, and I gotta say, the Trance Effect is there, and then Temsa Clover.
Yeah. I think she's very underrated, right?
Yes.
Right. I think that's a great choice, and they are all very, very talented in their own respect. So I just wanted to, jumping on that, I wanted to ask you this. Regardless of, no matter who you ask, regardless of whoever you ask, they always say that they might be musicians, they might be your fellow peers.
Yeah.
Everyone says that Moko Koza is in their top 5 or top 3. So to get that amount of respect, that level of respect, how does it make you feel?
I mean, I'm honored,
right?
Honored and privileged, yeah.
Right, and it's pretty much like well deserved. All right, to set the mood for the interview and the rest of the conversation, I think we should play a track, right? One of your songs, is it okay?
Sure.
All right, I think we should go for Naga Manu. This particular song has garnered 3.4 million and still counting on YouTube. And yes, before we play the track, do you have anything to add regarding Naga Manu?
I mean, I should say Naga Manu is my biggest song that I've released so far, from all the songs I released, and like this song has not only reached, impacted Nagaland, but outside Nagaland also. So I'm really happy that music can take us far, be that voice outside also, not only like be secluded in a particular place, but it can reach out to every corner of the world. So yeah, I would like to thank everyone for showing love to the song Naga Manu. Yeah.
With that, this is Naga Manu by Mr. Moko Koza.
Yeah. Ase ami ekta Naga Manu chokora di block Kohima town jonom hola jaga ama laga pet para ola bole time day Naga Manu khuntu bukhe kena olai sei kote jai ase sob manu bhai ko gai moi khan laga maiki khange bishi morom korina sai sabji bal khabole mon chokate ahibi khelai dibo apni ke bastenga akhuni sai sabi kun piche para aise सबके हिला बोले माँ कसम दे ये तो गाना होने गेना सब मानु आहिबी दिखाई दिबो आपनी खान नागा मानु की ऐसे बाहर मानु की कोबी इतु मोई ना जने मोई की खाई तैखन लागी जाय माथा काटी गेना आया मानु ऐसे दे मोई खान नागा मानु खान भी कमती न हो दे नागा मानु हुई नागा मानु हुई की kwa naga ami naga manu ऐसे दे naga manu hui naga manu hui ki kwa naga ami naga manu ऐसे दे ase ami ekta naga manu chokora rasta lok pabo moike kini thake pokora ahi thake ajikali itu babana Nagaland for Christ koi mati karne jagara puisa karne giri ase moi khan naga manu khan muk tu mitha hoile bi hat na dikhai kam election time ahile to sob manu malamal election time khotom hoile suka bat aru dal throw your hands up now if you feeling me right mudu khaile to party every night will be itu mudu to kina pa ase ho bishi salu sheno hoi mudu bon hwa to Nagaland te thaki kina asam laga mudu khai moi khan laga economy ke bye cousin khala gor ke to mudu khore bishi jane moi khan naga manu khan bi komti no hote naga manu hui naga manu hui ki kwa naga ami naga manu ase de naga manu hui naga manu hui ki kwa naga ami naga manu ase de mutu rasta jabo kuntu suktu chuttu gor muila kuntu kingfisher lal na green color tu BP na kabo ajito osi blue mutu rasta jabo kuntu suktu chuttu gor muila kuntu kingfisher lal na green color tu BP na kabo ajito osi blue naga manu hui naga manu hui ki kwa naga Ami Naga Manu asede Naga Manu hui Naga Manu hui Kikwa Naga Ami Naga Manu asede
Welcome back once again, dear listeners. This is Akashvani Kohima from Tragopan at 103 megahertz. This is still in perfect harmony with none other than Moko Koza. And yes, we've talked about a few subjects regarding your influence and regarding Naga Manu as well. And what we can see from that, it's I think pretty evident that identity and culture is a major part of your music. So why is it so important for you to incorporate our cultural heritage in your art, according to you?
So basically, when I was also starting out as a musician, I was trying to find my voice. So I was really confused because I was just rapping on someone else's lyrics. I was trying to sound like Eminem or like Lil Wayne or 50 Cent, whoever. But as I grew older, I realized that I need to find my voice. And that time, I used to write songs in English and all. But I was also trying to find at the same time I was also trying to find my stage name, because every rapper has a stage name. It was very corny, cheesy. I came up with Poetic Kid, Flip Kid and all, but didn't make sense. But I just realized that I think I have to be myself only to find my voice in music. So I just used my name as Moko Koza, and then I gradually realized that I wanted to try something where people, especially in our region, can also understand, because not everyone can understand English out here, especially the older people. So I tried in local dialect, Tinidie and all, and Nagamis also. And then this is when I realized that I think this is what I should do, and also I realized that I think this is I should do what identifies me also in my music. So this is how I basically found my identity.
Right. I think that is a very important message to put out there, and I think more people, especially the younger ones, they will learn from this, and I think they will start incorporating identity and culture in their art as well. So you're doing a great job, and I think Poetic Kid would have gone far. And I think that name sounds really cool. Anyway, switching over to a little bit of songwriting, since we are talking about you incorporating identity and culture in your songwriting. Can you walk us through your creative process when crafting a new track? Or can you just share the hardest part about songwriting without giving away too much of your secrets, of course?
It basically, like, it's not very complex, but it's like I don't have a pre-planned on what to do.
Right.
Because when I try to think about it, nothing comes to my mind.
Right.
So I just have to like free up my mind and just calm my mind. And sometimes wherever I go, just from a simple conversation, or just or if I see a scene from a movie, particular scene from a movie, or like just going to places and noticing something on the signboard or something, that those few things just automatically comes to my mind and gives me inspiration. Or sometimes when I'm like traveling, I'm on my bike and I'll just be humming, or like new tune, new melody will come in, or like particular lyrics will come into my mind. So it's very random, all those inspirations that comes to me.
Right. That sounds very, very interesting and very insightful as well. And we've talked to a lot of songwriters, and everyone's method is different. There's always a method to the madness, right? And a lot of the songwriting process, it stems from personal experience. So I just wanted to ask you, how do you balance personal experiences with storytelling in your lyrics?
Just from my personal experience, sometimes I try to there's a lot of things on my mind that I want to say, but just saying it out sometimes, not everybody will think like what I like, will have a relatable mindset. So I have to be very careful in what I say also from my personal experience. And how I, especially when we release a song, it's not private, but it goes out in the public
Right.
domain. So whatever we say, whatever we do, and also most importantly, like be up to date with whatever is going on in the
Right.
current scenario, because whatever happened yesterday, sometimes it might make sense today, but some might not make sense today. So
Right.
I think it's very important, like be mindful of what we are saying also, and at the same time, like studying the current scenario, where it's going,
Right.
and be mindful, like what we have to speak out. What will it like be controversial, or like would it make sense
Right.
out there?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's basically like controlled chaos.
Yes.
Right, something like that.
Yeah.
The reason why I wanted to ask you this question, the personal experience thing, is because I have lined up your track "Boy from the Hills,"
Yes.
and I sort of noticed that this song has, this song is something very personal to you, right?
Yeah.
So before we play one of your smash hits, "Boy from the Hills," can you talk a little bit about this song too?
Yeah. So yeah, the Boy from the Hill songs, it was very personal to me also, because like initial inspiration came through my grandma also,
Right.
like the hook, especially the hook.
Right.
And I that was also me when I was first, like the initial stage where I was trying to experiment folk music with rap music. I was trying to fuse it, and I was also trying to experiment. So all those bits and pieces of like the inspirations were there, but I could not fit the puzzle. So when the time came, I finally got an opportunity also, and also got an idea that I think I can bring back the pieces together and
Right.
turn it into something. So all
Right.
those stories, those were told by my grandma also, and then from my experiences, like meeting up old people, going through like different places. So all these stories and the lullabies and all coming together into one song. It was very personal also, and very grateful for that song also.
Right. It came out really well.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yes, sometimes if you put the personal stories into
Yes.
art, it stays forever, right?
Yeah.
So if you just keep it in your memory, it'll fade away.
Yeah.
But if you're putting it into art and putting it out there, it'll stay forever.
Yeah.
So yes, very, very fascinating story there. And with that, let's play your track, "Boy from the Hills." This is by Moko Koza.
Hey, yeah. I ain't born naked, I ain't born bare. Flakes from a rock, I'm a piece that we share. Drop off of blood from the heads of a spear. This is my statement, I am very rare. Boy from the hills coming out like Jumanji. Sound from the trees making waves like tsunami. Raised from the seeds that were sown by my aunties. Grew from the soil that was stained by the armies. Roots on my past, firmly holds to a gory. Still being bold, marching on like I'm Gandhi. The beat banging on like a war drum, so strong. Ready for whatever, I'ma prove it cause I'm on one. Son of a hunter, I go hard like a strong rum. Land of the bamboos and the mountain is where I'm from. There were bombs going off, there were houses being burned. The whole family had to hide in the forest. It wasn't even safe when the baby was born. Mama had to feed her when the rain starts pouring. The whole year harvest went to the soul soldiers. The Japanese troops made camps and took over. On a meager meal, they were forced to survive. All of these supplies were eaten and dying. She never really knew how the outside was. Young and so fragile, she would get lost. My grandma told me stories that she ran away from home, shook by the war, seeing people on the horse. The stories lives on through the tales in the night. She would put me to sleep singing this lullaby.
Alright, dear people, we are back again with Imperfect Harmony. Still with me in the studio is Mr. Moko Koza, trailblazing rapper and a songwriter from Kohima, Nagaland. And we've been discussing, like earlier, a few topics now. So I just want to segue into this. That is music industry. It is a tough business. It is a tricky business. So as an artist who has accomplished so much, how do you navigate the music industry while staying authentic and true to yourself?
Let's just based on my experience, I would just say some few things. Out here, especially in Nagaland, we don't have very big industries also, like big music record labels and all. TaFMA is one government organization that is doing really well for the artists also. Really appreciative of their work and giving opportunities to all the artists equally, equal stages to all the artists. As a musician, it's not really easy also, like to make it out and just to earn, like to sustain yourself as an artist, because lots of hard work, dedication goes on. Like it's not like you be a musician for 1 year and you expect something like you'll be earning from next year. It's not like that. It takes a long journey. And even for me, I was also while I was starting up, I just did it for the sake of just for the love of music also. But as the years went by, I also realized that maybe I can do something with my music, not only like just for the passion also, but also I think I can turn it into something like where I can earn and sustain myself also. And during college time also, I was studying, and at the same time I was also just when I find time I was doing music, but I had to make sure that I wanted to finish my studies first. And I didn't have any initial plans after finishing my studies, because I didn't know what to do. But only thing I was sure was like I want to keep on doing music. That was always one thing on my mind. So by God's grace also, after my graduation, I got into music, and that is when I chose like took a decision also, like to no matter like what happens, I'm taking a huge gamble, but I will try to make it in this music business and all. And then of course, like initial, like when I did full-time, when I went full-time music, it was not easy, because staying in Dimapur and asking money from your parents and all. Like the first like few 2-3 years was not easy, but gradually I started making music, and then people started noticing me, and then I started getting shows and all. So far I've been blessed, and then all God's grace, I've been blessed, and I still feel like I have still a lot more to do in the coming years also. I will not be satisfied with where I am right now. I will still be hungry for more. I think that is one thing what keeps me motivated also. And in this industry, I think music, like I said, is a very small industry. So to survive, I think like you need to build your foundation strong in your hometown, and that is when you try to like root outside, like try to push yourself outside so that your music can not only be confined to Nagaland also, but in the northeast and beyond northeast.
Right.
So you have to like step by step learn the marketing
Right.
side of music also.
Right,
It's very
right.
important as an artist
Right.
also.
Right. I think that's a great answer. So basically, like any other profession, you need to put in the work.
Yes.
And right. So that is very, very interesting. And since you've been in the hip hop game for so long now, and I just wanted to ask you this. I think we can both agree that hip hop fans, and also I think we can include metal fans as well.
Yeah.
They have some of the most passionate fans out there. But with that passion comes the hardcore fans,
Yeah.
the elitists.
Yes.
And sometimes they love to gatekeep the music, right? So do you think that sometimes because of some of the hardcore fans who love to gatekeep the music, do you think that affects the artists in that genre in terms of achieving commercial success? What is your take on that?
For me, I think this is just my personal opinion.
Right,
Like,
right.
just to like, we face lots of criticism also.
Right.
Not only the good one also, but bad criticism also.
Right.
And then sometimes it's good that we receive constructive criticism. But as an artist, I think he or she should know what they're doing with their music, like
Right.
what kind of music they're putting out there,
Right.
and then will it relate to the whatever is happening right now, because everyday music is evolving, and then we cannot keep on doing the same kind of music over and over again,
Right,
because
right.
with the new generations that are coming up, and
Right.
I think best example would be like back then songs used to have like long durations, like 5-6 minutes, and not only rock music but even hip hop music, like
Right.
they'll have like 4 or 5 verses.
Right.
But with this changing generation, we've noticed that all those shorts, YouTube reels coming in, so
Right.
everything is getting shorter and shorter. So
Right,
even the
right,
listeners are looking for, they don't want to listen to the whole song.
Right.
Now, like there used to be like 3 verses in a rap song. That is like the standard
Right.
song for a rapper to make a song. But these days, like what we notice is like we only most of the songs, there are 2 verses in a song,
Right.
and maximum duration of the song is like 2 minutes, under 3 minutes.
Right.
So I think with the evolving generation, changing generations also, we also have to be, we have to be up to date,
Right.
know what is going on,
Right.
and then
Right.
accordingly, I think we can feed the listeners also, and then we can
Right.
also, artists can also like update themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a very positive thought to have, because like I said, most of the people, when you go a little commercial, they
Yes.
tag you as a sellout, right?
Yes.
So keeping the attention span of the kids in mind, I think the songs are also,
Yes,
getting
yes.
more catchy and
Yes,
shorter.
yes.
So it's good to evolve in certain ways.
Yes.
So as long as it doesn't hamper your creativity, right? So reeling it back to hip hop and rap, what trends do you see shaping the future of hip hop and rap, especially here in Nagaland?
I think like even from what I can see is like there are many artists, especially there is a lot of fusion going on right now,
Right,
like
right.
from like hip hop, like trying to fuse with pop music,
Right.
punk music, and
Right,
everything is getting very auto-tuned also, very melodic
Right,
also.
right.
So just to keep it short, I think music is evolving every day, and hip hop is also like hip hop music has also been, if we look back 10 years from now, and the kind of music that is happening right now is totally different.
Right.
So I think that kind of things are happening right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Very well put. Very
Yes.
well put. Okay. Any advice for emerging artists, young artists coming up?
This is what I always tell to like the upcoming artists also, like just be true to yourself, and like don't try to sound like someone else. Just be yourself and
Right.
put your mind to it. And if you really have the passion for it, just go for it, and you'll get there.
Right. It's great advice. Young and upcoming artists, make sure that you guys take notes. The advice is coming from the man himself, Mr. Moko Koza. We have a few more minutes left, so I'll play one of your songs to end the program. But before that, any new projects coming up, and for all the people out there, for their listening pleasure, do you have
Yeah.
a verse for us?
Yeah.
I'm
So
putting you on the spot here, but
I'm coming up with a album this year, a fully Nagamese album, and yesterday I released a song called Showtime. So that is like based from the album.
Right.
I'll just be the few verse
Please.
from the song. So
Yes, please.
Kiman mangibo, kiman discount, kapranagi moy, I'm not a dukan, kiman tagana, imane dibo, mongsonagi moy, pala na maribo, kana kuria manu kange saman nishna nasabi, puisa dibo mo naikole speaker dehe bajabi, bat sat kanto gode bi khabo pare, certificate na lage, kitab disna jama ase.
This is a short message to all the people out there. I just want to say thank you for all your support and love. Keep supporting local music, local artists, local businesses, and let's keep on uplifting each other. Support local.
Please like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Also, follow us on all our social media handles.